I just have one question. What did black women do to black men that was so bad? What did we do historically that was so bad?
Stole our children and used them as pawns for child support. You embarrass us on the daily by not dressing modestly. You talk about our mothers when we disagree with your behavior. You call us homosexual when we assert our masculinity. You lie on us to the world by telling them that we unalive you every 5.5 hours. You call the police on us and get us thrown in prison or jail more than anybody else. You disrespect us when we try to bring together our families, which is what you did when you brought up Kevin Samuels in your video. You claim that we're trash and deadbeat fathers even though we are the most involved in our children's lives. You always talking about how we bash you, but you never bring up the videos of us doing so. What you would rather do is just say it and then act like the videos we do post about you aren't about your behavior, mannerisms, and characteristics that we wish would change. And now here you are acting like a victim, crying to us.
I want to start this video off by saying that what this young gentleman just has explained does not only happen amongst the black community. It happens amongst Turkish people, it happens amongst German people, and I'm sure there are a lot more other people or men who experience the same exact thing. However, some black American women unfortunately are a little bit more vocal about their opinion when it comes to black American men and making them look a certain way all over social media. In my personal opinion, I believe, and I'm sure you would agree with me if I would say that it is a problem that a lot of modern Western women have nowadays when it comes to being held accountable. Because these women most likely are going to act a fool, they're going to act wrong, but then they're not going to like it when somebody is trying to hold them accountable, so therefore they're all over social media acting like they are the victim by blaming their errors on a man. So society has really created a monster, which is women all over social media living a fake life, just trying to collect those fake likes, those fake comments, just to boost their ego. And a lot of them will also take it a step further by turning their backs against their men and even sacrifice their children's happiness for their own happiness. So they would get a divorce just so they can now live their social media life and try to be with one of those men who always show up in their comment section like clockwork. Trust me when I tell you that if some women would put the same amount of effort into their relationships as they are doing when it comes to their social media appearance, if they would take the same amount of energy, the same amount of time, the same amount of compassion, the same amount of effort, and put it into their relationship, there will be a lot more happier men, there will be a lot more self-aware, happy, modest women, and also there will be a lot more happy children because now they don't have to live separate from mommy or from daddy. But a lot of women don't want to be held accountable. They want to live in their world full of delusion with their way too high expectation, and no other than Kevin Samuels tried to help these women. A lot of women think that he was against them. No, he was actually for them. He was for them. But in order for somebody or these women to actually understand and realize that Kevin Samuels was for them, they would have to first turn their backs against their own dysfunctional ways. So these women would think that they are doing all the right things by expecting a man to make 6 figures, even though they would sit there with 2 to 3 different baby daddies, some of them overweight, don't know how to show themselves online. See, they were talking to a high-value man when they came onto Kevin Samuels' show, but they wasn't dressed up. A lot of them were laying in bed. So if you don't know how to show yourself and show up when you're actually communicating with a high-value man, you will never be able to do it in private. So while Kevin Samuels was actually trying to help these women, a lot of them made fun of him. They called him names, and even worse, they celebrated his death by saying, well, that's what you get when you give out bad karma, not even knowing what karma is about.
Man was a hypocrite. In my honest opinion, he really was. I didn't find anything about him to be healing. He insulted African-American women on a consistent basis. One of his last statements that he said was that if you're over 38 and you haven't married or something like that, that you're no good and disposable. To me, it was a shock jock. And, you know, I hope this is teaching folks a lesson about the karma that you put out, the negativity that you put out in the world, that when karma comes knocking at your door, she might not be so kind. So, the fact that he killed over real quick and was supposedly with a woman that we don't yet know the nationality. Rest in peace.
I know these clips are old, but it doesn't hurt to always remember how some women unfortunately operate. I'm going to tell you something. In my opinion, Kevin Samuels has helped, or at least tried to help, a lot of women more than Vivica A. Fox ever did. Because he was trying to politely tell a woman that she is not built to be with a high-value man if she is an exotic dancer. I agree. He was trying to tell women that you cannot be fit and feminine and cooperative when you are overweight, sitting there and talking about all of these things that you deserve without putting anything as far as like effort into a relationship. You don't deserve anything. He was trying to talk sense into these ladies. He was trying to help them to come one step closer back to reality, out of their delusional world. And that's what some women call insulting African American women. Now let's see what a man has to say about KS.
Was a distinguished gentleman. His pants wasn't sagging. He didn't shoot up the block. They love the rappers. R. Kelly peed on a little girl. They never stopped buying his tickets. How is it that they love the gangbanging niggas? They get refuge to the street niggas, the thug niggas. But here it is, man. This man was talking about high value men. His platform wasn't built around him just talking. His platform was built around women bringing themselves, bringing their opinions, bringing their ideation to him and asking him to either critique it or assess it.
Where was the lie? I could not detect one lie, everybody. That was everything Kevin Samuels was ever trying to do in order to help these women. See, but what these women don't understand is that they eliminate themselves from being wives with the content they are posting all over their social media. And if you think that a woman is just posting something without thinking about it, you are wrong. You are so wrong. They live their life on and for social media. That's what they do. And therefore, you got to take everything these women are putting out on their newsfeed seriously. And if they show you who they are on their social media page, you better believe them. But the more we are trying to show some women more effective ways on how to be wife material, telling them how to be more modest, how to be more classy, how to have some respect for themselves in order to have respect for a man one day, the more these women feel like we're trying to put them in a cage. And the reason why these women feel like we're trying to put them in the cage, even though we're trying to do the exact opposite, help them to embrace their femininity, it's simply because they just want to run around and do whatever they want to do. And if you let a woman do whatever she wants to do, you'll have pages like OF. You'll have pages like OF, and you have young girls looking and thinking about the idea of not even going to get no education. Instead of that, make a whole bunch of money on pages like that. How is that supposed to help a woman? How is that woman empowerment? How is telling a young girl that do whatever you want to do, show yourself however you want to show yourself to the world, like it doesn't matter, don't care about nothing and nobody, how is that helping a young girl on her journey to become a wife one day? The internet is watching and the internet does not forget. So whatever these girls are putting out here is going to stay there.
What do you do for a living to afford a car like this?
I do.
How much do you make?
A couple M's.
How much is this car?
500? I don't know. I don't look. I just tap. I don't have time for this. Like I just pay for it, you know?
Is this your only vehicle?
No. I bought my dad a Corvette, and then my R8 is in the shop.
Which one's more fun to drive?
The R8. The G-Wagon. I could crash it. I wouldn't give a about it.
How long have you been doing?
This is my third year. Third year popping.
For a girl who's my age in the future, do you recommend them start learning about?
You don't have to do unless you like it. Some women really enjoy their sexual energy and they enjoy sharing that with the world, and that's what makes them happy. That's what makes me happy. So yeah, do it. Flaunt it. You might as well make money off of it, because let me tell you something. These broke men in Miami ain't gonna do for you, so you might as well pop it open and make some money for yourself.
Women like herself call themselves a high-value woman because they attach their value to the cars they drive, to the amount of money they have, to the amount of subscribers they got on their channel. When really, women like that, unfortunately, are all the way down at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to a woman's value. Because a woman who wants to be in a serious relationship, she's never going to put herself out there for any other man. Whether if it's on her page on social media, whether if it's on a platform such as on OF. And it also has nothing to do with a woman calling her man insecure when he doesn't like the fact that she is showing a little too much skin when she's going outside or taking pictures for the gram. If you are a young girl or even a woman watching my content, please know that there is not one trend on social media that you need to follow in order to show the world that you are the one. Because I always say you don't want to be one of a million, you want to be one in a million. What all of these women are doing on social media that you see, oh, they're driving this type of car, they're on a vacation, they have all of these friends, her purse looks so nice, her body is so snatched, her face is so snatched. At the end of the day, you don't know how this woman is feeling about herself. There's a lot of fakeness going on social media, so please do not follow any of these trends. It is absolutely unnecessary and creates more damage than it does you any good. You are fine just the way you are. Believe me when I tell you, sooner than later, you are going to feel so much better about yourself. You are going to feel so empowered. And you know why you will feel empowered? Because you don't need another person's approval for your existence, for your beauty, for your uniqueness. Because you can give yourself all of these things. You can sit there and talk to yourself in a positive way. You don't need a man in your comment section to tell you how bad you are. You can get in front of the mirror and tell you and thank the Most High for creating you the way He has created you. That is so much more powerful to your soul than some dumbasses comment in your comment section. My dear ladies and gentlemen, that is everything I have for you. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you give it a like. You already know. Make sure you leave a comment or two. And don't forget to share with your friends and family. I hope there was something that you were able to take from this video. I'm always trying to help both sides. And if you're like, meh, I don't need your help, whatever, who do you think you are, all this, that, and the other, that is fine too. As long as you watch this video, I'm good with it because your subconscious mind is going to pick something up, even if you don't like my content. So therefore, thank you all so much for your support. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you're new here, welcome on board. And if you are already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot to me. Now, everybody have a great weekend.